Terra Flower by Thomas Holliday. In the Chesapeake harbor town of River Sunday, Jim Tench enjoys the challenge of custom building race cars. When his friend Captain Bob is found drowned, he assumes, along with everyone else, that it was a tragic fishing accident. Bob's grandson, Smote Rojos, insists that he was murdered and draws Tench into the investigation. Clues seem to implicate Strake, a wealthy oil man and collector of antique automobiles. Tench knows that family from his past. He's still passionately in love with Strake's talented daughter, Julie. When a visiting African author begins to agitate for violent change, and a bomb explodes in River Sunday because of her testimony before the United Nations, the search for answers becomes more urgent. Tench races against time to prevent the terror from escalating, with only the whisk of a clue, Black-Eyed Susan, to guide him through the darkness. The author, in the telling of his story, shows that he has researched and consulted with historians and car enthusiasts to produce a vivid description of the vehicles and characters he portrays. When the body of Captain Bob, a local fisherman, is found drowned, with curiously no damage to his boat, local knowledge and feelings towards the captain sense foul play. The investigation and withdrawal from public life of a wealthy oilman and his daughter, as well as several deliveries during the night, point to his involvement in the death. The situation is fueled further when an African author meets with the United Nations in River Sunday and a bomb explodes. The only clue to help solve the mystery is Black-Eyed Susan. Can local Jim Tench solve the mystery before the terror escalates? The chapters are nice and short, which gives the reader plenty of time to digest and follow the plot. The background and characters are a refreshing change, depicting that small local places really do know their own and are suspicious and wary of outsiders who want to change things. The storyline, with its twists and turns, is first class. Just when the reader thinks they have solved the mystery, the author then throws you off the track, which makes this book more enjoyable. The setting description allows you to envision it in your mind, and the mystery and plot makes you exercise your little gray cells, as Hercule Poirot you cite. A reading, Chapter 4, 9 a.m. Tuesday, August 17th. Tench stood with other mourners among the sweet and sour perfumes of magnolia trees, loblolly pines, and raw earth, near the fresh-dug grave. Subdued by the haze of the hot morning sun, the River Sunday Cemetery divided down its center with a narrow entry through large iron gates. 3 rusted Napoleon 12-pounder tubes, captured from Confederate emplacements at the Wilderness, stood picket. The Confederate dead mustered in a section of the graveyard at a right angle of the guns, behind a scrolled iron fence overgrown with vines and magnolia. Behind the symbolic protection of the cannon rested the moss-covered plots for Union soldiers and people of color. Tench heard the rumble of a powerful automobile engine coming down the grass-covered road, past the line of parked cars. The exhaust sound belonged to an early design of muffler, that of a vintage car. Then he saw the car, long and shiny, with chrome exhaust coming from the hood. The bright pipes passed under the side-mounted spare tires and sparkled in the sunlight. The 1932 Mercedes Roadster pulled to the side of the road, its roaring engine disturbing the graveyard peace. Tench and the others looked up, knowing immediately who had arrived in an antique car. Strake, a popular figure to most of them, in one of his rare visits to River Sunday, had come to pay his respects to Captain Bob.